morning, everyone. We'll start with today's morning class. We had started with chapter 4, that is tax rates which are applicable in different cases and for different assessees. We have almost covered all the tax rates. We have two different concepts, not tax rates I am telling about. We have two different concepts which we have to cover it today. So, what is that? One by one, first we'll finish first one, then we'll go to the second one. Okay. Here there is no different tax rates, guys, but we have different concept. What is that? We will see. Chalo, guys. So we'll start with the topic. See now, we know that when we covered second chapter, we learned that if I have any agriculture income in India, then it is exempt. Agree? Under which section? 10.1. Agriculture income is defined in section 2.1a, whereas exemption is given in section 2.1. Guys, this one small trick you remember, any definitions will be given normally, not, I am not telling all the definitions, normally definitions will be given in section 2 clause something. Agree? Definitions will always be given in section 2 clause something, and it will go in an alphabetical order. It goes in an alphabetical order, so that you guys can remember that at least in the shortcut. Okay, so for example, 2.1a defines agriculture income, then 2.7 assessee, then coming to 2.31 person, 2.24 income, then what else, which else definition we saw, then previous year, assessment year, previous year is defined in section 3, then assessment year is in 2.9. So you can observe every section goes in an alphabetical order. Agree? And definitions are important, guys, because what happens now, sometimes they will ask direct question. For example, income is defined in section dash, like that. They will directly ask the theory question. Hope you guys are practicing the questions whatever I have given in my question bank. All those are previous exams questions, guys. Do practice it, and at the end I have also given the answer key. You can cross verify your answers later. Clear? And if test is available on the app, please do attend the tests also. I don't know whether it is available or not. Once we are completing every chapter, please do attend the test also on the app. Yeah. So now we were talking about agriculture income. Sir, agriculture income in India is exempt. Yes. But they've introduced one small concept telling if an assessee has both agriculture income and non-agriculture income. If assessee has both agriculture income and non-agriculture income, in that case, you compute the tax in a particular format. You compute your tax in a particular format. So that, okay, no doubt you are not paying tax here on agriculture income. But what they are trying to do here is, please listen everyone, if you have agriculture plus non-agriculture, they are trying to push you for a higher slab. That's all. They are not taxing your agriculture income. Here also they are like, okay, don't pay tax on agriculture income. But when you have both, that means you have little extra income. Fine, you are like, okay, you can pay tax. That is what they are trying to push you for the higher slab. Higher slab in the sense from 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, more than 10 lakh 30% is there na. So they are trying to push you for that slab. For example, if you want me to quote the example, assume here, my agriculture income is 12 lakh. Okay. Non-agriculture income is 7 lakh. Okay, so now normally we know that, okay, I should pay tax only on this. I should pay tax only on this figure, that is 7 lakh. But what they are trying to tell here is, okay, see, if you pay tax only on non-agriculture income, your highest slab rate is 20%. Agree? Under old scheme I am talking about. Under old scheme, highest slab rate applicable for you is only 20%. So what they are trying to tell in this concept is, okay, total of both, which comes to 19 lakh. Okay, fine. Then calculate tax on this. Everyone observe carefully. Calculate tax on this. Okay, so assume that tax amount. Okay, I'm just taking rough figure on 19 lakh. On 19 lakh, I will calculate up to 2 lakh 15 nil. Then from 2 lakh to 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh 20%, 10 lakh to 19 lakh, it is 30%. Agree? Assume a rough figure, I am getting 2 lakh 20,000. A random figure I am taking, guys. So you need not worry, sir. How did you get 220? Don't ask. Fine, sir. Then they are told, okay, keep this as A. This is the tax on your total income, which includes your agriculture income. This is my total income, which includes agriculture income. Fine. Next they told, okay, add agriculture income plus your basic exemption limit. Everyone listen carefully. Add your agriculture income with your basic exemption limit. Agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Agree? So now what is your agriculture income? It is 12 lakh plus your basic exemption limit is 2.5 lakh, assuming you are normal citizen, not a senior citizen. Okay. So in that case, how much will be your total income? 14 lakh 50. Agriculture income plus basic exemption limit is 14 lakh 50,000. Okay. So then calculate tax amount on this. So somewhere assume you got 1 lakh 70,000. You will get 1 lakh 70,000. Okay, so then now how much actual tax I should pay to the government is simple. So your tax liability will be A or B, whichever is lower. Sorry, not like that. A minus B it should be. A minus B. Yeah, that is in marginal relief. A minus B. That is, A is the tax on your total income including agriculture income. I repeat, A is nothing but your tax on your total income including agriculture income. Okay, so then coming to B, it is tax on your agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Agree? Plus basic exemption limit. How much it is that? 1 lakh 70. So now how much you have to pay to the government? 220 minus 170. 220 minus 170, which comes to 50,000. Agree? For this, you have to add whatever is required. I will tell this. We will discuss later that. Agree? You understood the concept, guys? See, what is the intention of doing this is, see, if you just pay tax only on non-agriculture income, you may pay only maximum 20% tax. But what we are trying to do is add up both, and we will try to calculate what is the tax on total income. Then from that we will reduce tax on agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Clear? We will do problems on this. You need not worry. So first understand the concept. How it will be applied in problems, we will do one problem on that. Yeah. Partial integration of agriculture income with non-agriculture income. Okay. As discussed in first chapter, we have seen that agriculture income is exempt, subject to conditions mentioned in section 2(1)(a). That means you should have agriculture income. Only when it is satisfying the condition given under section 2(1)(a), your agriculture income will be exempt under clause 10 clause 1. Okay. However, a method has been laid down to levy tax on agriculture income in an indirect way. So they are trying to include it in an indirect way. This concept is known as partial integration of agriculture income with non-agriculture income, under which the tax computation is as follows. We will see the computation later. I have some note here. We will see that first. Below the table, there is a note. Please look into it. Now, the concept applies to those assessee being, okay, it is applicable only for few people, guys, not for everyone. So who are they? Okay, we will see individual, HUF, AOP and BOI. So can I call them as slab rate assessee, so that it is easy for you to remember? Slab rate assessee, but artificial juridical person is not covered here. Be careful with that. Artificial juridical person is not covered here. That means for them this concept is not applicable. Only for 4 people it is applicable, guys. Individual, HUF, AOP, BOI. Agree? Chalo. Who simultaneously have both. That is net agriculture income exceeding 5,000. Okay, your net agriculture income should be more than 5,000. Fine. Then taxable non-agriculture income exceeds basic exemption limit, that is 2 lakh 50, 3 lakh or 5 lakh, as the case may be. So in simple, 2-3 things should be satisfied for you. for this concept to be applied. First of all, you should be an individual HUF, UOP or BOI. Only in this case it is applicable. Okay. Plus, you should have agriculture income. Net agriculture income means your revenue minus expenses, guys. Revenue minus expenses. We know income means sales minus expenses. Be careful with that, because sometimes they will try to confuse you by giving sales. If you straight away take it as an income, it will be wrong. I guess we did one problem on that also. Yeah. So your net agriculture income should be more than 5,000. That is net of expenditure. Fine. Then your non-agriculture income should be more than your basic exemption limit, whatever is applicable for you. Clear? Only if these conditions are satisfied, this concept is applicable. If not, straight away exempt full agriculture income and calculate tax only on your non-agriculture income. Straight away. Clear? Chalo. It may be noted that aggregation provisions do not apply to a company, LLP, firm, cooperative society and local authority. It is an indirect thing. When we know that it is applicable only for those 4 people, it is understood that for others it is not applicable. But still, some people may think wrong. That is why I have given this point. Next, last point. The object of aggregating the net agriculture income with non-agriculture income is to tax the non-agriculture income at highest rates. To tax what? Not agriculture income. It is non-agriculture income only we will be taxing, but we will try to push you for higher slabs. That's all. Okay. And it may not be practical in all the cases. It may not be practical in all the cases. For example, assume I have agriculture income only 10,000, whereas non-agriculture income I have 6 lakh. In that case, this concept might not hold so good. This concept might not hold so good, but here why they have included this is just to ask people who are having both agriculture income as well as non-agriculture income at a higher amount to pay little extra tax. That's all. Little extra tax. Clear, guys? Chalo. We have seen when it is applicable, for whom it is applicable. Now we will see how it is computed. Yeah. First thing, take agriculture income. Next, non-agriculture income. Add up both on that, calculate tax. On this figure you have to calculate tax. Sir, at what rate? Whatever rate we have seen till now. Okay. And again, it depends on whether the assessee is following old scheme or new scheme. Okay. Normally, see guys, in your exams, if questions are silent, always follow old scheme. I am repeating. Okay. You can make also note of it. If questions are silent, always follow old scheme. If they are specifically given that they are opting for new scheme or that new section B, A, C and all, then calculate as per the new rate. Clear? Whatever we discussed yesterday evening. Next, okay. We had tax on C, we are done. Okay. Next, A plus. A means agriculture income. A means what, guys? Agriculture income. Please be careful. I have used alphabets. Okay. So A is nothing but your agriculture income. Then plus basic exemption limit as applicable, because it depends on your assessee. If you are following old scheme, it might be 2 lakh 50, 3 lakh or 5 lakh depending upon the age. Fine. Next, tax payable on E. Tax payable means only apply income tax rates. Apply only income tax rates. Fine. Next, net tax payable D minus F. D minus F means from this figure you have to reduce this figure, guys. Agree? That is from tax on your total income, reduce tax on agriculture income plus basic exemption limit. Agree? Next, you will get net tax payable. Okay. From that, if your non-agriculture income is more than 5 lakh, because you know, if your taxable income is up to 5 lakh, you will be eligible for rebate. Whereas don't see total, see only this figure, B figure, for checking applicability of rebate. Okay, then if non-agriculture income is there, then you will get it. If not, surcharge. Sir, when surcharge is applicable, you know, we have discussed that. Okay, and when total income is more than so and so, for that also you have to check this figure, guys, because your total income will not include agriculture income. If something is exempt, we will not consider it as a total income. But here, sir, then why are you totaling it here? Yes, here for only calculation purpose I am totaling it. But if I have to tell what is my total income, it will always be non-agriculture income. It will always be non-agriculture income because while calculating total income, agriculture income, I would have reduced it. I don't calculate my agriculture income. Clear? So even when I am checking whether surcharge is applicable or not, always see non-agriculture income, how much it is. If it is more than 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore, then only surcharge is applicable. Agree? Then health and education says always applicable at 4%. Clear guys? And please be careful, these three things will come at the end once you deduct. Okay, don't calculate it before. Sometimes what people will do is, okay, here I have calculated tax on C, na? Here only they will add health and education says, here only they will add surcharge and all. Don't do that mistake. That should come only after G. All three things should come only after G. Hope you guys are clear. And sir, why so much concepts? Again, I told you there is a logic behind this. When you have, see, agriculture income directly we are telling exempt, but we are telling, okay, if you have huge agriculture see, if you have only agriculture income, this concept is not applicable, obviously. If you have both at a higher amount, okay, we are trying to pull some money from you. Agree? In the form of tax. That's the logic. Then, sir, in the exam, will they tell which concept to follow? No. By seeing what information given in the question, you have to decide few things, guys. Please listen here. By seeing the information given in the question, you have to decide, okay, what are those things? Sir, in the question whether rebate is applicable or not. No, you can check that. Okay. Then what are the tax rates? Fine. Then whether any special rates is applicable for the assessee. See whether the special incomes are covered in his income or not. If it is there, they will specifically give it. Fine. Then see whether the assessee has both agriculture income and non-agriculture income. If he has both, then you yourself should apply this concept to calculate tax liability. Agree? No one will remind us in the exam. If you just apply the normal concept and give the answer, you might go wrong. Please be careful. So you have to keep in your mind when you are seeing any problems on tax calculation, you have to check all these points. Then whenever surcharge is applicable, see whether surcharge is applicable. If yes, at what rate? And whenever surcharge is applicable, you also have to check there is one concept of marginal relief, whether it is applicable or not, which we will see after this. Agree? Whenever surcharge is applicable, there is one small concept called marginal relief, which might come. You have to check that also. So many things you have to do in the exam hall, sitting at exam hall. So that will come only when you are practicing it. Okay, do practice the problems. In the class, we will be doing enough problems on each topic. Plus, you have to practice it. Agree? Try to solve the problems independently without seeing any solutions. Chalo guys. So we will do a problem on this part, whatever we discussed now. Come to problem number 4, question number 4. Yeah. The total non-agriculture income of Mr. D aged 40 years is 15 lakh. Okay, non-agriculture income, which I can call it as taxable income. Sir, what will be my total income? Yeah, total income also will be 15 only. Okay, as per income tax I am telling. The agriculture income earned is 75,000 and expenses incurred for earning agriculture income is 5,000. Okay, compute tax payable by Mr. D for assessment year 21-22. We have to compute. So first of all, here we have to see whether that concept is applicable. Mr. D is an individual. Yes, sir. Okay. Then non-agriculture income, is it more than your basic exemption limit? Yes, it is there. Then your agriculture income, is it more than 5,000? Yes, it is there. Agree? It is 75,000. And be careful here. Here it's a bit confusing. The agriculture income earned is 75,000 and expenses incurred for earning agriculture income is 5,000. Sir, should I reduce 5,000 from 75,000? Guys, here should I reduce 5,000 from 75,000? The answer is no, because you can observe they have already given the income figure. They have already given income figure, agriculture income. If they had given agriculture sales or something like that, or agriculture revenue, if they had given agriculture revenue, then I would have reduced from 75.5. Agree? Hope you are understanding. Each term sometimes will make difference, guys. If you take 75 minus 5 now, entire thing will go wrong. Entire thing, even though you have done tax calculation and are correct, still the figure itself you have taken wrong. Please be careful. If they had given agriculture sales or revenue, then I would have reduced 5,000. Please be careful with that. Okay, then I will start the computation. First listen guys, you can take down later. 15 lakh. Then my agriculture income is 75,000. Total comes to 15 lakh 75,000. So tax on see tax I will directly calculate now guys, because by now you people should be used to it. Okay, now we will not go each step by step everything. So straight away I will write like this. What is the basic exemption limit applicable for this assessee? 2,50,000. Yeah, I wrote agriculture 75 only na. Oh, I have written vice versa. Okay, sorry. I have written vice versa. 1 second. So agriculture is 75 and non-agriculture is 15. Yeah, fine guys. So now I will calculate tax on 15,75,000. How is that? Simple. You can straight away take 1,12,500 guys. I know that figure, but by the time you people get it, it will take time. So up to 10 lakh, if your basic exemption limit is 2,50,000, you can straight away take 1,12,500. Okay, you will get that figure. How I will tell it. Okay, so up to 2.5 lakh. It is 0 amount. Then from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, it will be 12,500. If you want, you guys can take down the working and all. Then from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, it will be 1 lakh because rate will be 20%. Then from 10 lakh to 15.75, how much guys it will be? 5,75,000 into 30%. How much this figure? 172,500. 172,500. Is it so? Yeah, 172,500. Give me the total figure here. 285. Okay. 285. So here I will take 2,85,000. Hope you guys have understood the calculation. I have done directly here 5%, 20%, 30% because now we are already used to it. Okay guys, so when we start doing more and more problems, you people should be able to do it directly. Okay. Next, EA plus basic exemption limit, that is agriculture income plus basic exemption limit, that is 2.5 lakh plus 0.75, that is 75,000. I am taking as 0.75. Clear guys? So it will be 3,25,000. 3,25,000. Tax payable on above, I can directly calculate here itself. 3.25 lakhs minus 2.5 lakhs into 5%. I will straight away calculate here. Only one slab is there. It is 32,500. No, how much is that? 75,000 into 5%. 3750. 3750. So now reduce tax on total income minus this figure, whatever we have got. That is 2,85,000 minus 3750. 2,81,750. 2,81,250 I guess, na? It should be 250. Yeah, someone told 750. Yeah, 250. Fine. And on this, calculate health and education says, sir, surcharge is applicable? No. Rebate is applicable? No. So directly we will go to the next step. When something is not applicable, don't show that and write 0. Waste of time. Waste of time guys. Please be careful. 2,81,250 into 4%. It is 11,250. 11,250. So your answer will be 2,90,000 2,500. Is it so? 2,92,500. Yeah, final answer. This will be your option. To get this is the challenging thing. You will have this answer in the option. Somewhere A, B, C, D. See guys, this is very easy because when you are doing it for the first time, it may take some time. See, this problem we did it very quickly. The tax calculation also, slab rates. Because now by this point we are already, okay, we are pretty sure that, okay, how and what we should do. Sir, E point, can you explain? Sulochana, where is that E point? Which point? E. Yeah, A plus basic exemption limit. A is nothing but your agriculture income you have to take plus your basic exemption limit. In this case for Mr. D is less than 60 years, basic exemption limit is 2.5 lakh. So you will get 3,25,000. Calculate tax on that. So up to 2,50,000 it is nil. So on the balance, that is only 75,000 it will come. It is 5%, madam. Shall we move ahead? And guys, whenever we are calculating tax liability, you have to be careful with 2-3 things. What are those? So, age of a person, especially individual, others we are not bothered. Age, then whether he is a resident or not, then who is the assessee? Who is the assessee? Whether individual, company, HUF, that, this and all. Okay, so please be careful, and also be careful whether any special income is there or not. If they are not given anything, assume it is zero. Chalo guys, we'll go to the next problem. Mr. Asim, a 60-year-old individual. Okay, please be careful with this. Okay, is engaged in the business of roasting and grounding coffee, derives income of 10 lakh. Okay, during the financial year 2021. Compute the tax payable by him, assuming he has not earned any other income during the financial year 2021. Guys, tell me what is the agriculture income here? How much is agriculture income? I want everyone to answer. Yeah, Thomas has told 75-25. Good. Others? Guys, if this question is asked in the exam, you may get 0. Minus 0.25 can tell. Minus 0.25. Everyone. Not even a single person answered correct. Not even a single person. Just imagine. Just imagine how your concentration level is there. Just imagine. Sir, why? Simple. I will underline something now. Now everyone will get the answer. Okay. Is engaged in the business of roasting and grounding of coffee. Now tell me how much is agriculture income? How much is agriculture income? How much is agriculture income? It is 0 because he is completely in the business of roasting and grounding. Where is he growing, guys? Come on, you have to read the question completely clearly. When I was discussing that segregation, I have clearly told you only you are growing and manufacturing so and so, thus things are applicable. I have clearly mentioned that only when you are growing, it is completely agriculture. If you are only manufacturing, it is completely non-agriculture. Only when you are growing and manufacturing, that table is applicable. Rules are applicable. Agree? Why you people are doing this? Aram said, always read not only this question. Okay, here and there almost. See, these are professional exams. They will try to twist the questions. Read it completely. Understand what you are supposed to do. Then only go ahead. Okay. If I had left you people to solve this question now, I know everyone would have given some other answers and you would have applied the concept. Which concept? Whatever we just learned. But for this concept, for this question, that concept is not applicable because assessee has only non-agriculture income. So for him, we have to follow the normal process. Normal process, whatever we discussed yesterday. Agree? So in this case, whatever we did for problem number 4 is not applicable. Agree, is not applicable. Sai Sharan said it's business, it seems. Okay, so fine. Chalo. Then only you were right. All other people, almost everyone gave 75-25 or 60-40. Chalo. So you have to be careful with this. So in this case, that concept, whatever we discussed today, is not applicable because the assessee has only non-agriculture income. You can just take a note of that. Just take a note of that before we start the solution. take down. As Mr. Asim is engaged only in the business of roasting and grounding of coffee. Is engaged only in the business of roasting and grounding of coffee, comma, the entire income will be non-agriculture income. The entire income will be non-agriculture income. Full stop. Hence, partial integration is not applicable. Full stop. Continue. Hence, partial integration is not applicable. Clear, guys? Chalo. So if I quickly do this, up to 3 lakh, sir, why 3 lakh? Is a 60-year person. Then it is basic exemption limit. Then it is 5%. Then last case it is 20%. Okay, so then here straight away I can take 2 lakh into 5%, which comes to 10,000. Then it is here 5 lakh into 20%, which comes to 1 lakh. So total will be 1 lakh 10. Sir, rebate is applicable? No. For every problem, just concentrate like that. Is rebate applicable? No. Then fine. So go to health and education cess. 1,10,000 into 4% will be 4,400. So your final tax liability will be 1,14,400. 1,14,400. Final tax payable is 1,14,400. See, year and all, there is no need to round off, guys, because the amounts are directly given. So 1,14,400, you can take it as final tax payable. Guys, done? Let's go ahead. Yeah, sixth problem. One more problem on. One second. Yeah, this problem is actually on marginal relief. Yeah, okay, guys. So we'll discuss one more concept called marginal relief now. Sir, what is the steps? 5 lakh, 10 lakh. Last steps 5 lakh, 10 lakh. What, madam? You have doubt in that? So from 5 lakh to 10 lakh, what is the difference? Is having income exactly 10 lakh? No. So the amount is 5 lakh into 20%. Tax rate is 20%. You will get 1 lakh. Okay. Next, marginal relief. Sir, what is this marginal relief? Everyone, please pay attention. See, whenever surcharge is applicable, there is, you have to check whether the concept of marginal relief is applicable or not. Sir, what it is? Simple. Sir, when you are having income more than 50 lakh, 1 crore or 5 crore, 2 crore and all, you have to pay surcharge at whatever rate is applicable. But assume I have only income, for example, 51 lakh, 5,000 or 10,000, 20,000, just little more than your 50 lakh. So in that case, on entire tax amount, you have to pay 10% surcharge, right? On entire tax amount, whatever tax amount you are getting, you have to pay surcharge. So it might not be holding so good just because my income is more than 50 lakh just by 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. You are charging me 10,000 extra, 10% extra. You are charging me 10% extra. Or else just imagine my income, total income is 1 crore, 1 lakh, just more than your 1 crore. So in that case, I have to pay surcharge. How much? 15%. On what amount? On entire tax amount. So on 1 crore, 1 lakh, you have to calculate tax amount, applying normal rates. On whatever figure you will get, you have to calculate surcharge 15%. That means on the entire tax amount we are calculating 15%. Just because my income is more by only 1 lakh, you are charging me so much rate of amount or surcharge. So what assessees felt was, just because I am covered just by a smaller margin under surcharge, I am paying more tax. So that is why they told marginal relief is applicable. If your income is more just this, for example, you assume your surcharge is applicable when, guys? Only when your total income is more than 50 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore or 5 crore. Agree? Even for companies, it is applicable only when it is more than 1 crore. Now, sir, assume my income is little bit more than 50 lakh or little bit more than 1 crore. Agree? Little, only 10,000, 20,000 or up to 1 lakh, something like that. In that case, there is a concept of marginal relief which is applicable for you, and some tax relief will be given for you. That means surcharge will be not applicable for entire amount in that case, indirectly. Okay, so here also we have to follow certain steps to see what is the marginal relief applicable for me. Okay, but sir, when should I apply this concept is two things you have to be careful. First of all, surcharge should be applicable for you. Okay, sir. Then see how much is your total income. How much is your total income? If your total income is little bit more than, please listen my words, if it is little bit more than the limits whichever is given for surcharge, like it is more than little bit more than 50 lakh or 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore, like that. Agree? And for companies, 10 crore is also covered. In that case, apply the concept of marginal relief and see whether you will get any relief or not. If not, don't apply this concept. For example, assume your total income is 60 lakh or 70 lakh, or assume 1 crore 20 lakh, 1 crore 60 lakh or 2 crore 20 lakh. In that case and all, don't apply the concept of marginal relief. Sir, why? You will not get any amount. If you apply also, marginal relief will be zero only. Marginal relief will be zero only. Okay. So what you have to be understanding here is, you know when surcharge is applicable. So next step is when marginal relief is applicable. Okay, surcharge is applicable and your total income is little bit more than the limits for surcharge. In that case only apply. Agree? Yeah, we will see the concept of marginal relief. It is applicable in case of all SEC where surcharge is applicable. Okay. Marginal relief has to be checked only when total income is, okay, only when total income is little bit more than, it might be 50 lakhs, 1 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore or 10 crore as the case may be, depending upon how much is your income and what limit you have crossed. Clear, guys? We will do 3 problems on this. So you will get a proper holding, because this problem includes tax calculation also. Agree? Then how it is computed, and you have to stick on to these steps, guys. You have to stick on to these steps. Total income, okay, you have to take your total income, then tax on total income as per normal rates, then for that surcharge as applicable, you know when it is applicable, okay, take total, keep this aside. Next, tax on 50 lakh or 1 crore or 2 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore, that is up to the limit. Assume my income is 51 lakh. So in this case, what should I do is, you have to calculate tax on 50 lakh, okay. Next step, 51 lakh minus 50 lakh. I will tell what did I do here. My income, total income is 51 lakh. So in this step, first I should calculate tax on 50 lakh. Tax on 50 lakh. Then in the second step, that is in this step, I am telling you take your total income minus the limit, that is 50 lakh. Agree? Now one more example I will tell. Sir, I have an income of 1 crore 10,000. I have an income of 1 crore 10,000. In that case, calculate tax on 1 crore here. Okay. Calculate tax on 1 crore here. Then in second step you do what is your income? 1 crore 10,000. 1 crore 10,000. So you do your total income, that is 1 crore 10,000 minus 1 crore. You will be getting 10,000. It's like that. Here you have to calculate tax on this 1 crore, guys. Don't straight away take 1 crore. It is tax on 1 crore. Clear? Hope you guys are clear with this. Next, you will get total year. Okay. So now I have got one more tax figure. Fine. Then lower of A or B we have to take. So compare A and B. Compare A and B. Whichever is lower you have to take. Whichever is lower you have to take. Fine. So then lower of A or B I will take. Fine. Add health and education cess at 4% for that. Tax liability will be the final figure. This is what you will pay to the government. This is what you will pay to the government. If you want to know, sir, what did the relief I got? You do A minus B. That's all. If A is more than B, then you have got some relief. If A is not more than B, then you have not got any relief. And this relief can never be negative, guys. If it is negative, then it is considered to be 0. If it is negative, it is considered to be 0. Hope you have understood. Okay, that means marginal relief is the concept to give some relief to the assessee. It should not be like, okay, we are taking something extra from you. Okay, so that means, sir, when marginal relief will be there means when always this figure, that is, I can tell when will you have marginal relief? When A is more than B, in simple. When A is more than B. If B itself is more, that means the concept of marginal relief will not be applicable in that case. Agree? Sushant has a doubt. What if total income is 100 crore? Don't apply the concept of marginal relief. I told you, no. The maximum threshold limit for applicability of surcharge is either 5 crore or 10 crore for companies. Agree? So I told you I should apply the concept of marginal relief only when it is little bit more than that. 100 crore where it is. Okay, don't apply the concept of marginal relief. If you apply also, you will get this figure as negative, so which is equal to 0. Okay, and you will be paying tax only this much. Okay guys, hope you are clear with this. I have told you, even when your income is around, assume 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, don't apply the concept of marginal relief. Clear? Only little bit more than your threshold limits for surcharge. So we will do problems on this. 3 problems I have included because proper application. Sir, can you show the 4th answer slide? 4th answer slide. Yes, madam. Okay, chalo guys. So we'll continue. 6th problem. This problem is on marginal relief. Yeah. Compute the tax liability of Mr. A, aged 42 years, having total income of 51 lakhs. Okay. Having total income 51 lakhs. So that means surcharge is applicable. And the amount income is little bit more than the limit. Okay. For the assessment year 21-22, assume that its total income comprises of salary income, income from house property and interest on FD, which is not relevant here. Chalo. Total income how much guys? 51 lakh. Okay. So total income is my 51 lakh for my SSE. Then tax on total income. If I calculate here quickly, now I will go one more step ahead. So what is the basic residential limit applicable for him? It is 2 lakh 50. So up to 2 lakh 50, nothing. I can straight away take up to 10 lakh, 1 lakh 12,500 guys. I can take, but some people might not be comfortable, so I am doing it again. So it is 0. Then from 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, it will be 12,500. If you guys are comfortable, you can straight away take 1 lakh 12,000 and on the balance you can calculate it. Okay. Then 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 1 lakh. Then from 10 lakh to 51 lakh. How much you will get? 41 lakh into 30%. 41 lakh into 30%. How much guys? 12 lakh 30,000. Is it so? Others also check. 12 lakh 30,000. 12 lakh 30. Final figure. Just add up. 13 lakh 42,500. Leave it. 1342,500. Is it so? Yeah. Fine. Hope everyone has understood. Okay. If you want me to do directly, okay. If you ask me, sir, how can I calculate directly? Simple. Okay. Up to 10 lakh, I know it is 1,12,500 as basic exemption limit is 2 lakh. 2 lakh 50. If basic exemption limit is 3 lakh, then this will be 1,10,000. This will be 1,10,000. Okay. Then about 10 lakh, how much it is there? 51 lakh. 51 lakh minus 10 lakh into 30%. Straight away you can take like this. So you will be getting 12 lakh 30,000. If you are comfortable, you can do this also. You will save time. So 13 lakh 42,500. Okay, so 13 42,500. For this I have to calculate surcharge as applicable. So what is the amount of surcharge? I have to calculate 13 lakh 42,500 into what is the rate, guys? 10%. As the income has exceeded 50 lakh, the rate is 10%. 1,34,250. 1,34,250. 1,34,250. Next figure, give me the total figure. 14 lakh 76,750. Okay, this is my first part. Let me keep it aside. Okay, next step. I am going to the next step, guys. Hope this is fine with everyone. I am not adding health and education cess. I will come to that later. We have to take it later. Fine, sir. Then tax on 50 lakhs fixed. Sir, why did you take 50 lakhs? Because you are crossing that limit. Agree, I am taking 50 lakhs. Fine, sir. So tax on 50 lakhs. Again, I have to calculate. Same way. This time I will calculate directly, guys. Hope you will be comfortable with that. 1,12,500 up to 10 lakh. Up to 10 lakh. Then 50 minus, here 50 you have to take. 50 minus 10 lakh into 30%. That is 40 lakh into 30%. 14 lakh into 30%. 13,12,500. Is it so? I think 12 lakh. Yeah, 12 lakh. 12 lakh. So you will be getting 13 lakh 12,500. Yeah, 13 lakh 12,500. You have to take it. Hope you guys have understood how I got it here. 13 lakh 12,500. So I will show it at the end how I have got also, if by chance if someone have missed it. Next, total income minus 50 lakhs. Listen and understand what we are doing step by step. Okay, so how much is your total income, guys? 51 lakh. Okay, what was the limit which you have used in the previous step? 50 lakh. Whatever limit you have used in the previous step, you have to reduce here. Okay, 50 lakh. So how much is that? 1 lakh. So how much it comes to? 14 lakh 12,500. 14 lakh 12,500. Then lower of A or B. Lower of A or B. So I have to write it in black so that I can connect it. 1 second. 14 12,500. Nah. 14 lakh 12,500. Now lower of A or B. I have to compare A or B. Whichever is lower, I have to take. How much is that? 14 lakh 12,500. And you can know one thing, guys. Only when B is less than A, only when B is less than A or A is more than B, only I will get relief. If it is vice versa, I will not get any relief. Okay. So health and education says, someone tell me figure. 14 lakh 12,000. 14 lakh 12,500 into 4%. Be careful with health and education says it should come after you do A minus B, not before that. 56,500. See, our actual tax liability is 56,500. This person is paying health and education cess itself 56,500. Very rich assessee. Yeah. This is the difference. When you are earning higher income, you will end up paying more tax. Fine. Total, guys, 1469. 1469. Sir, what is the relief? See the difference between A minus B. If it is positive, you will get a relief. Here it will be positive, I guess. Yeah, it is positive. A minus B. How much? 51,750. Yeah. 51,750. Jyotika is selling 64,250. Guys, do cross check it. Bala Sridhar is telling 51,750. Sai Sharan is telling 16,750. 16,750 is for sure wrong. Varun is telling 64,250. Guys, just do A minus B. Yeah, 64,250 maximum answers I am getting. So I will write that only. 64,250. Whoever gave wrong answers, please cross check. You have to do like this: 14,76,750 minus 14,12,500. Only when this figure is positive, you will get relief. If not, don't write anything in relief. You have to write 0. Don't write negative figure, guys. Okay, relief can never be negative. Thomas has a doubt. Sir, in case of 99 lakh, is this applicable? No, definitely not applicable. Surcharge will be applicable, but marginal relief will not be applicable. I told you, you need to see. You are crossing the limit of 50 lakh now. You need to see if it is only increased by only small amount, like 1 lakh, 50,000, 20,000, like that. Okay, you can keep like 5 to 6% margin, guys. 5 to 6% margin. If you are crossing that, or 10%, imagine. If you are crossing that, then don't apply marginal relief. Fine. If you guys want me to show this also, I am showing it so that you should know how to do directly. How to do directly. Clear? Here I have tried to do it directly, guys, because you people should get used to it. Okay. As it is an MCQ type, you should know stepwise also, because without stepwise you cannot get this direct thing. Yeah. While practicing also, you can practice both. And be careful, if you are doing directly, make sure that you are doing in a right way. Chalo, 7th problem, guys. 7th problem and 8th problem is also on marginal relief only. Total income of TCS Limited, an Indian company. For every Indian company is a domestic company, guys. Okay. So for financial year 2021 is 1 crore 1 lakh. Okay. Compute the amount of marginal relief. So your income is 1 crore 1 lakh. So when marginal relief is applicable for a company, when their income is crossing 1 crore. Okay. If it is an Indian company, 7%, 12%. Agree? So if your income is more than 1 crore but up to 10 crore, it is 7%. If it is more than 10 crore, it is 12%. Agree? So in this case, how much it is applicable? 7% for domestic company. Agree? Yeah. Next, total income how much? 1 crore 1 lakh. 1 crore 1 lakh. Fine. So then tax on total income, how much? Tell me, someone. Yeah, sorry, everyone I want. What is tax on total income? Calculate and tell me quickly. Chandushree, Balasridhar, Chandushree, Prabharan. Only 3-4 people have given the answers. Others. See, we are almost at the end of this chapter, guys. You have to do independently something. For everything, you cannot depend on me. No doubt I will do this. But you people should practice doing independently. Only few answers I can see correct answers. Others, I know where you have gone wrong. Someone else, whoever gave the starting answers, like Chandushree and all, you guys need to cross check. Why, I will tell. Who is the assessee, guys? What is the tax rate applicable for him? For TCS Limited, 30%. Most of you people would have missed this. Into 30%. You will get 30 lakh 30,000. Tell me how many of you got this? Most of you gave wrong answer. I think you would have applied slab rates. I think you would have applied slab rates. Agree? Surcharge as applicable. That is why you have to read the questions carefully. 30 lakh 30,000 into how much percentage, guys? Surcharge 7%. What is the amount? What is the amount? 2,12,100. 2,12,100. So the total comes to 32,42,100. 32,42,100. Clear? This I will keep it aside. Okay, I will go to next step. Guys, please pay attention here. Tax on 1 crore. Sir, why are you taking 1 crore here? In the last problem, you took 50 lakhs. This is not fixed, guys. Why am I taking 1 crore here is, what limit you have crossed? 1 crore limit you have crossed. You have to take that. In the previous question, the assessee had crossed 50 lakh limit. So that is why I took that. If the assessee has crossed 10 crore limit, then I will take 10 crore accordingly. Agree? Tax on 1 crore will be straight away, I will take 30 lakh. I can take it. Sir, how I will show it better, because some people might have that doubt also. Yeah. Then total income minus rupees 1 crore. Sir, 1 crore from where are you getting, sir? Whatever you have taken here. Okay, why did you take 1 crore there, sir? Which limit are you crossing to for applicability of surcharge? It is 1 crore here. That is why I took 1 crore here. So whatever I have taken in this step 1 crore, I have to reduce it here. Agree? So this figure will be what is your total income? 1 crore 1 lakh, no? So you have to reduce 1 crore 1 lakh minus 1 crore. So amount comes to 1 lakh. So you will get 31 lakh. So now A minus B. So it will be 1,42,000, sorry, lower of A and B. Relief I will write later. First tell me the tax liability, lower of A or B. It will be 31 lakh. Yeah, 31 lakh. Health and education says 31 lakh into 4%. How much is this figure? 1,24,000 it seems. Yeah, 1,24,000. I will be getting 32,24,000. What will be my relief? See the difference between 32,41,100 and 31 lakh. I guess it is 1,42,100. Is it 1,42,100? 100 also should come, na? 1,42,100. Yeah, Bala Sridhar is giving 1,42,000. 1,42,100. Chalo guys, take down this much. I will show it once again. Here don't apply slab rate because the assessee is a company, domestic company. Sir, why did you take 30% but not 15, 22? Different rates are there, na? If they are not given anything, I have told you yesterday itself, always apply 30%. Always apply 30%. Why surcharge is 7%? If the domestic company's income is more than 1 crore but up to 10 crore, what is the surcharge rate, sir? Yesterday we saw it was 7%. If it is more than 10 crore, it will be 12%, sir. You can see the surcharge table. For foreign company, it will be 2 and 5%, whereas for Indian company or domestic company, it will be 7 and 12%. You can just cross check in your surcharge table. Shall we proceed, guys? Last problem in this chapter. Thomas, you are from Kerala or Bangalore? Kerala. You are studying also there only? or in Bangalore? Settled in Bangalore or what? Kerala only. Fine. Okay, so we'll continue. Question number 8. Total income of Infosys Limited. Okay. So Infosys Limited is which company, guys? Indian company. So it will be a domestic company for financial year 2021. They have the total income of 10 crore 2 lakh 30,000. Okay, little bit more than 10 crore. Little bit more than 10 crore. Compute the amount of marginal relief, if it is applicable. So here we have to check because it is little bit more than 10 crore. We have to check it. Okay. So now you have to be careful. So total income is 10 crore 2 lakh 30,000. Fine. Then tax on this 10 crore 2 lakh 30,000 into, if it is Indian company, 30%. If it is a foreign company, 40%. What's the figure, guys? And it is a flat rate, guys. Please be careful with this. It is a flat rate. It is 30 lakh. One second. Let me erase this. Someone give this. Yeah. Yeah. It is 3 crore 69,000. 3 crore 69,000. 3 crore 69,000. Okay. On this surcharge, at what rate? 12%. Please be careful. 3 crore 69,000 into 12%. When your income is more than 10 crore, 36 lakh 8,280. 36 lakh 8,280. 36 lakh 8,280. So the total comes to 3 crore 36 lakh 77 to 80. 77 to 80. I will repeat, 3 crore 36 lakh 77,280. Okay. Next, tax on 10 crore. Sir, why are you considering 10 crore? Sushant is asking, sir, is calculator allowed in the exam? Yes, exactly. It will be available, sir. You have to take it. That's what I told you. If I am not wrong, I told you guys to have a good calci. Well before, don't carry this pocket calci and all. When you are using pocket calci and all for this calculations, it will be very tough for you to read. Okay, and moreover, instead of in pocket calci means it will be only this much. Instead of pressing 0, you may press 1, 2, something like that. So you may go wrong. So have a good calci like Casio or something. It is a good investment for you because even in professionals it will be helpful. And moreover, subjects like financial management, management accounting and all, we cannot do without calci. We have to have calci. Even tax, actually, calculation and all, we cannot do anything without calci. You will be allowed to take it in the exam hall also. With or without check button. Yeah, you can take with check button also, no problem, I guess. So, but scientific calcis are not allowed. Scientific calcis, which will be like this, the big one, widthwise. Okay, so scientific calcis will not be allowed in the exam as per institute's guidance or instructions. Other calcis are allowed, sir. Chalo. So tax on 10 crore I should take, sir. Why 10 crore? Which limit is crossing? The assessee, 10 crore. Agree? So tax on 10 crore straight away. So 10 crore into 30%. 10 crore into 30%, 3 crore. Next, surcharge as applicable. Surcharge as applicable. Is it applicable here? See, in the previous two steps you can observe here. I have not taken surcharge in this step. Correct now? I am showing 7th problem. Did I take it here? No. Sir, did I take it here? No. But here, why have you given surcharge as applicable? Because see, your income has crossed 10 crore. So in this step, we are saying tax on 10 crore. So even if your income is exactly 10 crore, also surcharge is applicable now. How much? Sir, 7%. 7%. Agree? So 7%. Sushant, sir, if I am not wrong, then it is 30 lakhs. Which one 30 lakhs? No, 10 crore into 30% is 3 crore only, na? I don't know where you are getting confused. Surcharge as applicable. Yeah, tax on 10 crore. Tax on 10 crore will be 3 crore, no guys? Sir, why is it again applicable? Jyotika. Wait, let me explain. I don't know why the Sushant, I guess, the one who asked. It is not 30 lakhs, sir, 3 crore. 1 or 2 zeros you are missing. Fine. Chalo. Now surcharge as applicable. Why have I given this? This is very important point. Why so? See, now we are calculating tax on 10 crore. That means even if your income is 10 crore, still surcharge is applicable for company. Agree na? How much? 7%. That is what we have to be careful here. We have to be very careful. Agree? So here we have calculated tax on 10 crore. Fine. So if your income is 10 crore, is tax applicable? Yes. Surcharge is applicable? Yes. How much? 7%. Whereas here you can see in question number 7 I am reading, we calculated tax on 1 crore. If your income is 1 crore, is surcharge applicable? No. Surcharge is applicable only when it is more than 1 crore. Okay. That is why we didn't take surcharge here. Okay. Here you can see tax on 50 lakhs we computed. Question number 6. And if your income is exactly 50 lakh, is surcharge applicable? No. That is why we didn't take. Agree? So now your income is exactly, okay, we are calculating tax exactly on 10 crore. Even if your income is exactly 10 crore, I am assuming, still surcharge will be applicable na? Still surcharge is applicable. How much? 7%. Okay. Chalo. So now I have to calculate here. That is 3 crore, whatever tax amount I have got, into 7%. Be extra careful with this, guys. Be extra careful with this, which comes to 21 lakh. Is it so? Others? 21 lakh. 21 lakh. So I will be getting 3 crore 21 lakh. 3 crore 21 lakh. Shashikant is asking, sir, what about the previous problem? Just now I told, now previous problem and all, I calculated tax on 1 crore, tax on 50 lakhs. Agree na? In that case, if you are having income up to 50 lakhs, no surcharge. If you are having income up to 1 crore, no surcharge. No? That is why we didn't consider in that step. Okay. Sulochna, sir, already 1% taken, why again 7%? 1% where did we take? It is 12%, na? Why Sulochna? Yes, sir, it is 12%. And see, this calculation and this calculation is completely different, guys. This is different, this is different. We are not merging both. That's what I told you in the previous problem. In this, I can tell this as step 1 and this as step 2. In the previous problems, in step 2, we didn't take surcharge because we calculated tax on 50 lakh or 1 crore. If your income is 50 lakh or 1 crore, then in that case, surcharge is not applicable na. So that is why we didn't apply surcharge in second step. Agree? Chalo, I will give one more example after I finish this problem and I will explain it. Chalo. Next, total income minus 10 crore. Your income is 10 crore 2 lakh 30,000. So minus 10 crore will be 2 lakh 30,000. 2 lakh 30,000. 2 lakh 30,000. Agree? So your total of B will be 3 crore 23 lakhs 30,000. Total income minus 10 crore. you will get 2,30,000. Your total income is 10 crore 2,30,000 minus 10 crore. Clear, guys? Okay. Okay. Next step. Lower of A or B. Compare A and B. Compare A and B. Whichever is lower you have to take. That is 3 crore 23,30,000. So I will take 3 crore 23,30,000. Health and education says 3 crore 23,30,000 into 4%. Into 4%. 12,93,200. 12 lakh. Yeah. So 12,93,200 is my, what is that? Health and education says. Okay. Next, the total amount will be 3 crore 36,000 23,200. Yeah. 23,200. I will repeat. 3 crore 36,23,200. If the calculations are like this in crores, by the time you put proper zeros itself, it will take time. Anyway, we have to. Marginal relief is 13,47,280. Marginal relief is 13,47,280. 13,47,280. 13,47,280. There are less chances of asking questions like this, but I cannot tell that it will not come. Chances are less, okay? Because as they have to ask 1 marks question, but still they can ask. Because what happens now, guys? See, your question paper will be a combination of both theory as well as problems. Some problems may take up to 4-5 minutes also. Some problems, complicated problems. Whereas theory questions and all, I guess you cannot take more than 20 seconds, 25 seconds. The time you take is only to read the question and mark it in OMR sheet. That's all for theory questions. Whereas for practical problems and all, some practical problems will be very easy, which you can answer within 1 minute like that. Whereas some questions may take time. All 100 questions will not be easy, definitely, in your exam. And in the same way, all 100 will not be tough also. It will be combination of easy, medium, tough or difficult. Average or difficult. Clear? Chalo guys, hope you are done with this. For those who have still some doubts with respect to, sir, why did you take that 7% in the second step? I will explain it here. Okay, I will take one more example for individual and explain. Please pay attention, guys. Here you will get a proper clarity. Okay, or else let me explain in the format. Where is this format? Yeah. Let me clear it off 1 second. Yeah, please everyone listen carefully. Assume I am an individual who has got a total income of 2 crore 1 lakh. 2 crore 1 lakh. I am an individual who has total income of 2 crore 1 lakh. So I have to calculate tax on this. Then surcharge how much? If it is more than 2 crore, how much is the surcharge, guys? If it is more than 2 crore, 25%. Agree? You will apply 25%. Not 12%, 25%. If it is more than 2 crore. Okay. Next. So you will calculate the total. That calculation and all you can take care. Okay, sir. Next, tax on what figure I should take? It is on 2 crore here. Okay, tax on 2 crore you will calculate. Fine. Sir, is surcharge applicable? Yes, surcharge is applicable in this case. Why so? Because even if you have income exactly equal to 2 crore, what is the surcharge rate, guys? It is 15%. So here you have to apply surcharge 15%. Okay. Then next step will be total income minus your 2 crore. That is 2 crore 1 lakh minus 2 crore will be 1 lakh. Will be 1 lakh. Hope you are clear with this. Okay. Yeah. Sulochana asked, sir, 2,30,000 how? Where is that 2,30,000? What is that figure? 2,30,000. I told you, no. Your total income is 10 crore 2,30,000 minus 10 crore. Minus 10 crore. Clear? Yeah. When I'm explaining and when I'm doing, please be attentive. Yeah. Guys, we are done with all the problems. We are left with one small concept for cooperative society. For cooperative society also new scheme is there. We'll just finish that and take a break so that after break we can revise. Yeah. Pay attention. This is a new scheme which is available only for resident cooperative societies. Yeah. Special tax regime applicable to a cooperative society. Section 115 BAD. BAC was for individual HUF. BAD is for cooperative society. Okay, you can have one shortcut. Okay, cooperative society C. For them, C is not applicable. So, BAD. Yeah. Finance Act 2020 has inserted a new section 115 BAD in Income Tax Act to provide an option to the resident cooperative society. Okay, this is applicable only for resident cooperative societies to get taxed at what rate? 12% plus 10% surcharge plus 4% cess. Sir, surcharge every case? Yes. In all the case, surcharge is 10% irrespective of your income. 10% surcharge is fixed, guys. Okay, and 4% health and education cess. Agree? For this cooperative society, only worry about this, especially this paragraph. More than enough. Okay, next. The resident cooperative society have an option to opt for taxation under new section. Newly alla, only new. Sentence is not clear. New section under section 115 BAD of the Act with effect from assessment year 21-22. That is from our assessment year. It is a new section. The option once exercised under this section cannot be subsequently withdrawn. That means once you go into the new scheme, you cannot come back again. Okay. If the new regime of section 115 BAD is opted by a cooperative society, its income shall be computed without providing certain exemptions, deductions or incentives available under the Act, and the societies opting for these sections have been kept out of purview of alternate minimum tax. That means for them alternate minimum tax provisions are not applicable. Agree? Even when we were seeing the new scheme for individual HUF also, these points were same. This point is actually same for 115 BAC also, guys. Agree na? There also they told AMT is not applicable, and even you have to forego certain deductions and exemptions. Same thing they are telling here also. Then further provision relating to computation, carry forward and set off of AMT credit. See, when AMT is applicable, that is alternate minimum tax is applicable, there is something called as AMT credit, which we will discuss in the coming chapter, that is chapter 13 and 14, shall not apply to this assessee. In simple, everything related to alternate minimum tax is not applicable for the assessee who opt for a new scheme. And here I have given a list of deductions and exemption which cooperative society cannot claim if they opt for new scheme. And whatever is covered here, almost everything is covered even for individual HUF. And for individual HUF, we have certain more things because their individual HUF, they will have some benefit of more exemptions. Agree? So almost whatever is covered here is entirely covered for individual HUF also, plus some more things there under section 115 BAC. Clear? So I will not be reading that items individually. Where a cooperative society exercises option for availing benefit of lower tax rate under section 115 BAD, it shall not be allowed to claim set off of any brought forward loss or depreciation attributable to any restricted exemption or deduction in the same assessment year for which the option has been exercised or for any subsequent assessment year. Even this point is same as my 115 BAC, guys. So this points is common for both the section, both the new scheme. Agree? So what is important under this section is 2-3 things, guys. This is applicable only for resident cooperative societies. What is the tax rate? 22% plus surcharge always plus 4% health and education cess. Agree? And once you opt for this scheme, you cannot go out of this scheme. Next thing is AMT provisions are not applicable for the cooperative society who come under new scheme. Agree? Chalo. These are the important things. And be careful, under old scheme for cooperative society, slab rates are applicable. That is up to 10,000, 10%, up 10,000 to 20,000, 20%, about 20,000, 30%. That was the slab rate applicable under the old scheme for cooperative society. Whereas under the new scheme, it is flat rate, 22% straight away. 22% straight away. Chalo, guys. Clear? So we are done with this chapter. Okay. So we will take a break now. After break, we will revise this entire chapter very quickly. See, guys, normally in the revision class, when I am doing revision, I will go very quickly. So you have to be very attentive there. Chalo. So I have given one thought at the end of this chapter. Your success is measured by strength of your desire, the size of your dream, and how you handle your disappointment along the way. So how desired or how determined are you to do CS? You have to ask yourself. Okay, if you are so determined, if you are so desire enough, then you will definitely do it, guys. Because I can assure you that in the process of doing this course, you will definitely face some disappointments, difficulty, then whatever, sometimes failure also. So never give up. That's all. Okay, so your determination or your strongest feeling towards your goal should be very clear. Chalo. So take a break now for 15 minutes, and after break we will quickly recap this chapter.